Hey everybody, let's practice. Let's practice the most important part of music, rhythm. Rhythm is the single most important thing to you sounding good. I can't say that enough. It's not more scales, it's not more chords, it's better rhythm. So first we want to just harness the power of our basic rhythm, which I like to think of gears, like an old stick shift in a car. We get a 4-speed car. We have 4 rhythms we use all the time as a musician, and we want to get to know them really good. Quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and sixteenths. Quarter notes are 1 note per event. Again, it doesn't even have to be a note. Any attack, they call it, as drummers talk about it. 2 notes per foot tap is an eighth note. 3 of them equally spaced out over a foot tap is a triplet. And 4 of them is 16th notes. So let me put on a metronome. Let's take a listen for a second. Okay. Okay, so here's 60 beats a minute. So if I do 1 attack, those are quarter notes. If I do 2 attacks, those are eighth notes. If I do 3s, those are triplets. And if I do 4s, those are 16th notes. Now we have to remember that notes have nothing to do with rhythms. So when you hear 3 notes, that doesn't mean triplets, okay? That's a really important idea. So let me go to this exercise I do with my students. We call it changing gears. I call it changing gears. And we're gonna go through each of the 4 rhythms, and we are gonna associate a finger for each of the rhythms, just so we know we're accountable for this. This exercise is for your right hand and for your internal clock, so that you can feel eighth notes, as you can clap them. Triplets, sixteenths. You can always feel them. When you can turn those gears on inside of yourself, you can always play them. Okay, so here's what I want to do. My drummer friend showed me this a long time ago, and it's a way to be accountable for your notes. So we're going to use a finger per fret. I'm right here on the 5th fret, using a finger per fret on the 5th through 8th frets. Okay, so to be accountable, we're going to think of this click as on the 1st finger, okay? Now this shows us that we're firing or producing 1st gear quarter notes, right? Ideally, you try to make the click go away by trying to play right on top of the click. But focus as much as you can on just keeping it even. So on my count of 4, we're gonna go to 8th notes on the upbeat. Ready? 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now I do this with alternate picking. It is irrelevant to that. You can do them with 2 down picks. But I like to keep the alternate picking going for now. So as we're going forward, let's consider these alternate picking. Now, when we get to triplets, when we alternate pick, the first one's gonna go down, up, down. The second one's gonna go up, down, up. So we'll be able to feel that pattern in our right hand. All right, again, this is an internal clock exercise. So let's add the 3rd finger, and we'll make triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 4 triplet. The 1st finger right there is always on the click. If I make them even, they're triplets. Now I don't want to do this, because those are 3 of 4 16th notes. There's back to triplets. So on my count of 4, let's go to 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add the pinky. There you go. So now we're firing away in 16th notes. I am tapping my foot. I highly recommend tapping your foot just on the quarter notes. So now let's downshift back to triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go back to 8th notes. 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go back to quarter notes. 2, 3, 4. right, so see how that's going? So you could do this with your right hand if you get comfortable with the number of notes and you don't need that guidance. So if we did quarter notes, I'm just muting my strings. If we went to eighth note with alternating strums, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. You need as a guitar player to get used to doing these as down strums too, like this. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So I'm moving twice as often, but I'm just playing them as down strums. Still eighth notes though. Go back to alternating. 3, 4. Good. Let's do triplets. Let's start with them as downs first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. When you flip these to alternate strums, you have to be careful. All right, so you have to go down, and then up, down, up. Here's the count. 1, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, down triplet, up 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 triplet, down triplet. Okay, let's go to 16th notes alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. See? Okay. I call this changing gears. You need to be able to get in and out of quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and sixteenths at any moment with any combination of notes. Don't let the number of notes fool you. So if you're comfortable with this idea, we can take changing gears to another level. Let's use 2 notes to change through the gears. So I'm going to go thinking pattern 1 of my pentatonics right here on the 5th and 8th frets. So I'm going to start with the highest note first. So we're going to play them as quarter notes and strictly just 8th fret, 5th fret, back and forth. And we're going to go through quarters, 8ths, triplets, 16ths. The triplets is the fun one. All right, ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8th, 5th fret, 8th fret, 5th fret. So those are 2 notes as quarter notes. I'm going to count to 4. Let's go to 8th notes. Ready? 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. Now we're going to go to triplets. This is tricky. It's going to go high, high, and then low, low in terms of the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet. All right, let's go to 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. You feel each one, there's 4 of them evenly spaced. Let's go back to triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. All right, let's go back to 8th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good. Now let's go back to quarter notes. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let's make it 3 notes. Let's use our first, third, and pinky fingers. All right. We'll start from the high note again. So here's quarter notes. Ready? 3, 4. Again, 1 note per click is quarter notes. All right, we're gonna go to 8th notes. 2, 3, 4. Here we go. The counting is a little weird when you're trying to change gears with some odd numbers of notes. So this one's an awesome one, playing 3 notes as 8th notes. I'm gonna pause for a second. All right, now we're gonna go to triplets. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Now this one should probably be the most on the nose. 3 notes as triplets, highest note is first. Very predictable, actually. Now when we switch to 16th notes, that's the most exciting one, I think. The mismatch of numbers of notes and the rhythms. So we're gonna play 3 notes as 16th notes. You're gonna notice that each of your fingers will be a downbeat. You'll scroll through your fingers as you land on them. You'll see. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... So you'll feel this pattern. Pinky, 3rd finger, 1st finger. Pinky, 3rd finger, 1st finger. Pinky, 3rd finger, 1st finger. So any combination of notes with any type of rhythm is how you should practice this approach. So what I tell my students is changing gears should always be something you do. So if I'm practicing a brand new scale, let's say I just learned pattern 1 of my pentatonics, I'm just starting out, I would play it as quarter notes first, just like I'm doing here. Then after I get back and forth, I'm just gonna speed it up for times, I would do it as 8th notes. 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, so forth. Then I'll do it as triplets. And what I tell my students is, again, listen to that beat. It's always there. Turn the gear on. 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4. And then do your exercise. So here's pentatonic pattern 1 as triplets. 1, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Then I do it as 16ths. Again, turn the gear on first. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a... Okay, so as you can see, rhythm is so important. Just sitting there playing a scale pattern, you're really denying yourself the magical, most important part of music, which is rhythm. And just to illustrate this, we know in music there's only 3 things in a core language sense: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Melody, any single note, idea at a time. Harmony, the chords that may fit under that melody. And the most important thing is the rhythm that ties it all together and makes it come alive. You can have music without melody, just chordal-based stuff, and you can have music without harmony, just single notes like a single voice. But all of it has to have rhythm. As soon as you play one note, rhythm exists. Rhythm is time, rhythm is ongoing and forever moving. So we always want to treat it like that. And once you know it as a musician, I promise you, you will sound so much better. So let me just show you something here, as I do to my students. If I'm gonna tap my foot a little exaggerated here so you can see it. So I'm gonna play 2 notes as triplets, and I'm gonna stop tapping my foot, and I want you to tell me how quickly your brain turns those notes back to 8th notes. So watch. So here's 2 notes as triplets. 3, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet. Okay? At some point, I'm gonna stop tapping my foot, and I want you to tell me how long it takes for your brain to turn them back to 8th notes. For me, it's almost immediate. Let me do it again. Right? It's so important. So you really have to be careful when you listen to your favorite music. You gotta tap your foot. See if those chords are coming in on the downbeat or on the offbeat, or maybe the second 16th note. Your brain would automatically adjust for that if you're not being careful and paying attention. Anyways, rhythm will set you free, I guarantee it. It's the best part of all of music. Focus on your rhythm. Changing gears is a great place to start. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much. Check out leadguitarworkshop.com. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, all the things you know you need to do so we can help you guys out. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. Rock and roll.